That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend.
That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck. Country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm backed up. Keep it real, I do this once a month. I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car cards to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
Hello, my name is Cedric, and along with my beautiful wife, Connie, we'll be hosting my brand new podcast, That's What I Said. I'm a retired Navy veteran that suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and we'll discuss how I cope with the mental illness through comedy and discussion. It's a podcast that will talk about everything from cryptocurrency to comedy. If we're worrying about the dollar going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's still a dollar, guess what? The value of that means absolutely nothing. Cryptocurrency in itself is the future of money. From spirituality to cannabis. To have cannabis on the Schedule 1 list is bullshit. I'm sorry, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a seed that can be planted and it has healing properties in it, why the hell is it in Schedule 1? Last time I checked, cocaine don't have healing property in it. From interracial relationships, I don't have a problem with people talking about interracial relationships. People try to talk bad about my interracial relationship just to think that they can get under my skin. I mean, really, it don't bother me. I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of the person. It's a mental illness in our community. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a longer process unless those leaders step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leaders' face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not leaving one topic unturned. If you want to hear real, authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen to That's What I Said, because I said what I said.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. Listen to That's What I Said. Available on your favorite podcast platform. Welcome to another episode of That's What I Said with your host, Cedric Sanders. Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. The starts now.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all already know what time it is. I don't even know why we trying to play this game with y'all. It's about that time on a Friday night. As always, That's What I Said, the podcast. Live on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and anywhere y'all get or follow myself and the podcast. And y'all should actually follow That's What I Said page. That's on Facebook as well. And download the Spreaker app so you can get notifications every time I do live. What's good? It's Friday.
Yep, it is Friday.
I mean, it's that day where everybody is appreciative of not putting in that work where they did put in that work, but for the last day of the week.
Yeah.
And listening to everybody's shenanigans, they actually get to enjoy the weekend. And this weekend actually is a different, I wouldn't even say it's different. It's just going to be, I think, an excitement kind of weekend for me because it's actually playoff weekend, NFL playoff weekend. And this is going to be, this season has been
interesting.
Very. to say the least.
That's the only word I got is for it.
It's
interesting.
Okay, wild card weekend. Let's talk about it. Peace and love to everybody. Hope everybody's enjoying their Friday. That's What I Said, the podcast. We're getting right into it. It's just from now on, just so y'all know, this podcast is not going to be topic driven. I know I started this like a few months ago and then brought back the topics because I kind of wanted to have some structure, but this is structure for me. Just having an outline of normal shit that we going to talk about on the podcast and be funny. I mean, and be as funny as we can on whatever topics we need to be funny on, and then, do what we need to do on others. But today in particular, because it's Friday, January 20th of 2023. This is going to be, I think, a change of the guard when it comes to football this weekend.
Oh, boy.
People are going to actually have some respect for some teams, i.e. the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there, and I'm going to say this. A lot of people going to hate me when I say this. I don't give a shit. But there's really 3 teams in the NFC that I think have knucked if you buck this year, as well as 3 teams in the AFC. Okay? I'm going to go NFC first. Actually, you know what? No. Before I do that, Can we get these introductions out the way? Why do we wait on this? Why are you quiet over there?
I'm not all that quiet.
Yeah, you are.
I commented a little bit.
No.
Because you just started going in.
This is a podcast. You got to interject. This is my wife, as stubborn as she wants to be, trying to be quiet, knowing she ain't quiet.
What's good, everybody?
What's good? Like, what's good?
Not a lot is good.
You can't shake your head because can't nobody see you.
I mean, I'm here.
And figure out that chair situation. It's coming through the ears. People don't need to hear that on the podcast. Stay stationary. What's good?
Not much is good. I'm here. It's Friday. It's been a hell of a last couple weeks.
Facts. It really has. I'm not going to get into details. That's personal stuff. But
yep.
If whatever it is you do to lift people up, do that. Whether it's prayer, if it's meditation, just giving it to the Most High, whatever it is you do, just keep us in those thoughts. We've had this, I guess, ending of 2022 going into 2023 in a very shaky kind of year from a family perspective. So, I mean, me and Connie are good. It's just, certain things in our family, and we're not going to get into details. So we just leave it at that. But outside of that, I mean, we good. I mean, I think it's been, for a lack of better words,
Mother Nature been bipolar as fuck.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much every freaking week since winter started.
I don't understand it.
I really don't either. I'm trying to get it.
She need to figure some shit out.
I'm trying to figure it out. Like, Mother Nature is kind of going in this, I think, lane of how the stock market and how cryptocurrency is. This shit's either up or down.
Yeah, there's no happy medium now.
Right now,
not none.
This bitch is pissed off at somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
Father Time, we need you to come in.
Hey, DC and Baltimore, where we live at, other parts of Virginia, we ain't got no snow. We ain't had no snow.
While other states,
I mean, Buffalo had enough for the whole all 50 states. Let's be real.
Exactly.
Buffalo had enough to fill all 50 states at least with a couple of inches.
Right.
California
getting inundated.
They're not so much now, but they were getting inundated with rain for like 2.5, 3 weeks, and
straight.
Yeah, like it was one storm
no
will leave. It was like soon as the storm leave, here come another one.
Yeah,
and soon as that one leave, here come another one. It wasn't no tornadoes. It was just straight rain.
Right.
So
yeah, the West Coast they pretty much got jacked up. Like
they got toe into. They got toe into
like right around Christmas time. They was getting hit. The West Coast up in Washington more so.
They got toe into.
Oregon, and then all of a sudden 2023 come and bam, all this crazy fucking weather come out of
No, it was crazy weather in December and part of November. I mean, just the way the polar vortex came down and gave us all those negative temperatures and shit like that, and in December, and some places had snow, other places was just a hard freeze, and other places, it was just like, God damn, why is it so cold outside?
Right.
And then some people, I mean, in certain states, they don't have a big jacket.
Right. They don't
possess. They're not used to it. They don't possess a jacket to where they can keep warm or whatever the case may be. And like certain states, like I know for a fact, like Washington State, some of those houses don't have ACs. They only have heaters.
Right.
Whereas some of these other states, most of them have just ACs. They don't have heaters. There's no purpose of having heaters. Like some homes in Hawaii, a lot of them don't have heaters. They'll have ACs, and if it gets cold, you close the damn windows. Because most of them don't even have ACs. Some of them don't even have ACs. You just open the windows because those trade winds blow right through your house. Yeah. So it's, keep those damn spirits, in line. It's like, oh, it's a bad spirit. No, just open that window in the lanai and open that kitchen window, and it's going to blow right on through.
Just let it come through and take that shit out.
Exactly. When the sun go down, if it's going below 60, then we'll close one of the motherfuckers. But until then, we're going to let this slide right on through. So I wanted to talk about these three teams, okay? This is just my take, okay? I'm not a sports analyst. You know, I didn't go to college for this shit, but I can give my opinion about it because I've been watching it for a very long time. So Wild Card Weekend was wild.
To say the least.
Not just Wild Card Weekend. It was wild, okay? Mm-hmm. So Giants played the Vikings and won, which was a shocker to a lot of people because Minnesota was actually playing a good year, and Jefferson was on a hallmark record year with all the receiving yards he was getting. And they shit the bed.
Yeah.
But that small little pebble of shit that they did, I mean, a lot of people that's fans, of course, the Vikings, like, no, he cocked over his shit on everybody, you know. Okay, whatever. No. Completely shit in the bed is having a 27-point lead and losing the football game. Los Angeles Chargers.
I went to sleep.
Los Angeles Chargers.
What? No more.
How are you 27-0 and somehow between the third and fourth quarter you lose?
What?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. When the Chiefs went to the Super Bowl, they came back from 21 points and things of that nature or whatever. Let's be real. They weren't unanswered points, okay? This is 27-0. Like, they didn't even knock a blade of grass in their fucking end zone.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Jacksonville Jaguars woke up and started knocking blades of grass all across the football field and won the football game. Now they got some hair on their chest and they talking shit. I'm going to get back to them in a second. But the three teams in the NFC, I think that's making some traction, and it's going to make, you know, a good, I think, playoff weekend. And actually there's four because you got to throw the Giants in there because the Giants with Saquon Barkley, he's been like on a tear for the last, you know, ever since he came back from his ACL injury. He's been whooping that ass. But I got to take time and talk about San Francisco 49ers.
Didn't they come back from a deficit in the wild card game?
No, they was whooping that ass. They weren't coming back from no deficit or nothing. I mean, they were playing kind of slow in the beginning of the game, but things kind of pretty much picked up after that, only because they were really meshing. And that's kind of what you want to see when you go into the playoffs. You want to see your team mesh well with the team that they're playing. I mean, that not only that you're playing with, but who you're playing against.
Right.
San Francisco 49ers basically went into Seattle. Well, actually, I'm sorry. They weren't in Seattle because Seattle was number 7 seed. They were in San Francisco, and San Francisco made sure that they got first class tickets the fuck up out of there. 41-23. Okay, now everybody's like, oh, that's not too bad. No. 41-23 is a gracious score when pretty much Purdy found his groove in the second half and they just started lighting touchdowns up. Deebo Samuels had like a 70-yarder. I mean, you got Christian McCaffrey, the running back, who is just running up and down the field, and these halfback screens and these halfback passes that, 49ers got drawn up. I mean, they was just whooping some ass. Now, let's be real. Everybody thought it was going to be Garoppolo because their other rookie, I mean, not rookie, but their other quarterback is hurt. Garoppolo's hurt. Garoppolo's pretty much done. He only signed a 1-year deal, so, Garoppolo's probably going to the Raiders or the fucking Jets or nowhere. Who knows? I mean, it's It's kind of a toss up at this point. But anyway, Purdy did something that no rookie has done in their rookie season. Threw for 300 fucking yards. Threw for 332 yards and 3 touchdowns.
That's crazy.
Why is that important? San Francisco was 8-1 at home. They're 8-1 at home, and who are they playing? Who are they playing? Not tomorrow. They play on Sunday. They play the Dallas Cowboys. No. Yeah, they played Dallas Cowboys. So it's actually interesting that the San Francisco 49ers and Dallas Cowboys are getting to play each other. And it's not in a NFC championship game. It's in a division game. I think that game is going to be very interesting on Sunday.
Yeah.
For those, it's going to be on Fox, of course. It's an NFC game, so it's going to be on Fox. I think it's just going to be interesting. I think it really is going to, I think this game is important for both franchises, especially Dallas. I hate to say this, but I think, Dallas had a decent season. I think Cooper Rush should still be the quarterback right now and not Dak Prescott. That's just my opinion. Granted, Dak had an epic game on Monday night against Tampa Bay against a 45-year-old Brady.
Yeah.
But, people were saying, oh, it's Brady. Okay, he's 45. About to be 46 in August. Stop.
Yeah, and wasn't it all the quarterbacks that are currently playing in the playoffs right now, they're all under the age of 30?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I mean, not really. I get with them, they was trying to hype that up. This is the way I look at it, okay? Of course they're under fucking 30. You do 4 years in college. That gives you around, 24? Maybe 25?
Roughly. Or younger, depending upon what year you graduated high school and went to college.
Right. So you got to look at all the quarterbacks that are in this. All of them got drafted in the last, 5 years?
Yeah, at least.
So 5 plus 24. Well, no. If you graduated high school at 18,
so you
did 4 years in college, that's 22.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you drafted early, now you're 21. So we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. We'll say 21.
Right.
You add 4 years to that, that's 25. Of course they're under fucking 30. To me, that was not a big thing to me. Now, what's a big thing for me is the fact that you have quarterbacks that are under the age of 25 or at 25, maybe 26, that are in the playoffs. Now, that's true. Now, I also think, this is just me, who am I?
Wow.
It's really weird. Okay, Dak got hurt. He came back, and playoffs. Okay. Playoffs, they lost. This playoffs, they actually won the game, beat the shit out of Tampa Bay. And they're, going into the division round. To me, this game was not exciting for me. Dallas, who won their division, was playing a wild card team. That's, to me, wild card is not even the fucking playoffs. I'm sorry, I said it. Wild card game is just the extra game you play to get into the playoffs. The playoffs don't start into the division round. That's when those teams, there's 8 teams left out of 32 teams. There's 8 teams left. That to me is the playoffs. If the NBA can grasp that concept, things would be so much better. Who cares about a play-in? But if you want to do a play-in, it's the wild card game. That's why nobody cares about the play-in. You can have a bad weekend, and guess what? Now a sorry team or wild card team is in the playoffs, and you're sitting there pissed off because now they're in there. Look at Jacksonville. That's Jacksonville right now.
Yeah, because it's
Jacksonville's 9-8.
really any given Sunday.
The Giants 9-7.
Mm-hmm.
And exactly, just like it said, any given Sunday. Absolutely right. Any given Sunday. But this is, to me, this is not any given Sunday. You are professional athletes. Y'all been doing this well over 4 years. Been doing it probably since high school and even probably before that in Pee Wee League. Okay.
Yeah.
Organized football probably since either high school or college. So you might have a total of 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13 years, depending on, who's on your team and how long they've been there.
Right.
Same with the coaches. Some coaches are older than others. But it's an organized game that you should know, yes, if you coach it up well, you're going to have some good teams. Consistently in the AFC for the last 5 years, Chiefs, Buffalo,
Yep.
Titans. I'll throw Cincinnati in. Well, yeah, because they're 2 years now, since last year and this year. I'll throw Cincinnati in there. I can't think of no other teams in the AFC. What, you want to talk about Miami? This is their first damn playoff since whenever. Trash. Throw them away.
Yeah, in like 19 years or some shit.
Throw the whole organization away. They got Tyreek Hill, and all of a sudden they're going to make the playoffs. Oh, you're going to make the playoffs. They were hoping that they was going to play the Chiefs. Why?
Wishing and a hope.
For what? Did you see what the hell you guys did?
Goodbye.
Let's talk about what the hell they did.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
It's not even the weakest link. They was trash. They was complete trash. And then all of a sudden they wanted to act like they wanted to play football to a team that basically is their first real football game in 2 weeks.
Right.
And they still beat your ass because they're a better team, 34-31. But they were sloppy as shit. Don't get me wrong. Buffalo was sloppy. And everybody wants to give credit to Miami's defense. Okay, defense wins game. So help me understand why your defense is trash. You was number 7, which means you're a wild card. You're 3-6 in away games. Your record is 9-6. I mean 9-8. Which means what?
Do the math.
You've only won mathematically 6 games at home and lost 2. I mean, okay. But you only won 3 games when you traveled and lost 6.
Right.
You thought you was going to play the Kansas City Chiefs at home? No, you was going to get your ass whooped. Tennessee Titans didn't have a good year. Didn't make the playoffs. Everybody was like, thinking it might be Tennessee Titans. No, they didn't make it. To be honest with you, I kind of wanted to see the Chargers in there. I kind of wanted to see Chargers Chiefs again. I think that game is going to be a better game than Jaguars Chiefs. Yeah, I'm kind of, on the, I guess you shouldn't ask me about the Chiefs playing any team. But Chiefs played the Jaguars before. We played the Jaguars. It was week. We played Jaguars week 10. I can't remember. I want to say it was week 10. I can look it up real quick. But anyway, that was, okay, hold on. Excuse my math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Week 9. They played the Chargers week 10. So, week 9, Chiefs played Jacksonville and beat them 27-17. Where? In Duval County, Florida, where Jacksonville Jaguars play. Okay. Now, Trevor Lawrence, in his little bag, little boy, had the nerve to say that he's played at Arrowhead and at, Clemson and everything, and that he has played in loud stadiums and doesn't think it's going to be any different playing at Arrowhead.
Boy,
little boy,
little boy.
Let me
Boy.
let me school you on a little history lesson. They have a list of teams that have the loudest stadiums. Jaguars is not on that list right now. Not in the recognizable list that we give a fuck about.
Nah.
There's
I know who is on that list.
I'll do a top 5. I know I'm going to do this. Top 5 loudest NFL stadiums, okay? I don't even have to type the whole shit out. I can tell you right off rip.
I know Seattle's on there.
This list has been updated since they did that Guinness Book of World Record.
Oh, yeah. I remember when they did that.
Kansas City Chiefs has the loudest stadium with a decibel of 142.2, okay? I remember that because they used to post it on the little thing, and I see it on the TV screen. I'm like, yeah, 140. I'll be yelling. I ain't even at the stadium. 142.2 is loud.
That's insane.
I'm going to tell you right now, Jacksonville Jaguars is not even in the top 5. I'm going through this list right now. I'll give you the top 10. Number 10, and this is stadiums and domes, okay? In the top 10. So I'm going to give you a I guess you can figuratively imagine being in these stadiums, whether they're dome or open outside. Arizona Cardinals capacity is 78,600, and they're number 10. Then you have the Minnesota Vikings, U.S. Bank Stadium. Their capacity is 66,800. Okay? They opened in 2016, just so you know. Arizona Cardinals, this plays a factor, so listen to the years. Arizona Cardinals, State Farm Stadium, they're number 10. They opened in 2006, and their capacity is 78,600. Minnesota Vikings, U.S. Bank Stadium, they opened in 2016, 66,860. The next stadium, of course, would be Gillette Stadium, New England Patriots. Opened in 2002. All them years are Brady. And they're at number 8.
Wow.
Oh, capacity?
They would have been in the top 5.
You would think, yeah. With a capacity of 65,878. The next one on the list, which I'm not surprised, is Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the only one that is a dome that I said out of this list so far was the Minnesota Vikings. Everyone else has a stadium. So Minnesota Vikings, 2002, 65,878. The next one, Pittsburgh Steelers, opened in 2001. Capacity, 68,400. The next one on the list, one that I want to actually go to, just because I'm not I'm not a fan.
Philly?
No. That's another one I want to go to. But Lambeau Field. One of the oldest and most famous football stadiums.
Yeah.
Home of the Green Bay Packers, opened in 1957.
Rudy. Oh,
Hey,
sorry.
it's only Rudy. That's Notre Dame.
Sorry.
What?
Capacity estimated at 81,000,
Oh.
and they're number 6 on the list. Just number 6. Who's number 5? Them boys, Dallas Cowboys. Their stadium opened in 2009, and their capacity is expandable to 105,000. And y'all are only number 5.
What?
Just throwing that out there.
Wow.
Hey, just throwing that out there. Lumen Field, Seattle, the 12th man. If y'all ain't never been in this stadium, it's loud. Okay, you can hear this. You can hear the people downtown.
Oh, it's insanely loud up there.
Oh, mind you, Dallas's stadium has that open roof where they can open it and close it a little bit, retract it and opening it. Yeah, but they're number 5. So partial dome.
Seattle has the same thing.
Seattle has the same thing at their football field. No, they don't have it on their football field, but they have it at their baseball field.
Oh. That's right.
So
The retractables at the baseball.
they have actually set the record before. Let me check these other ones to make sure.
Because I think they set the record when they was in the Kingdom, when they had the Kingdom first.
Well, that's not on the list right now. We're talking about like as of 2022.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you're right. When they had the Kingdom, they used to be loud as hell. So Seattle actually was the ringleader for a couple of years. 2013 and 2014, the Guinness Book had them in the Guinness Book of World Records because they actually was in high decibel, like the point of sitting there and like, damn.
Like 160.
No, it wasn't a 160. Oh no, because the Chiefs have the record. They can't have the record if the Chiefs have the record, and 160 would beat the record. There's no way it's 160. They had 136.6 and 137.6 in 2013 and 2014. Now, this was during the time, of course, when Beast Mode, Marshawn Lynch was there.
Yeah, Marshawn.
So the other team that's next, actually, in the 3 position, because Seattle's number 4, in the 3 position is the Indianapolis Colts. Now, a lot of people don't like the Colts, being the fact that they were the original Baltimore team. People that don't remember that, it used to be the Baltimore Colts. Then they moved to Indianapolis. Opened that stadium in 2008. Capacity of 70,000. And they're number 3. Okay. Let me go back to a stadium that has way more people. Like number 10 at 78,600, Arizona Cardinals. Lambeau Field, 81,000. I'm not going to even talk about the Dallas Cowboys at number 5 with 100, expandable to 105,000. So we don't know if they've actually filled up to 5,000, but literally at 70,000 people that they can fit in that building, and it opened in 2008. They're number 3 as far as the loudest. Number 2 coming in as one of like the I wouldn't say original domes, but it is the dome. One of the original domes. The Superdome in New Orleans. 1975. 76,468. Number 2. Okay. Now, number 1 is one of the second or third oldest stadiums that are still active. One of few. It was opened in 1972. 76,416. Number 1 stadium. In the Truman Sports Complex, right across the way from Royal Stadium. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. They hold that. Not only do they hold the decibel record in the Guinness Book of World Records, they won their first Super Bowl in 50 years following the 2019 season and have played an NFC Championship game 4 consecutive times.
Right.
Will this be number 5? Kansas City Chiefs are playing Jacksonville Jaguars in the loudest stadium in the NFL. And Trevor Lawrence, with his non-top 10 ass stadium, non-top 10 ass stadium.
Think again, sir.
You have not played the playoff Chiefs. You played the regular season Chiefs. You have not played 1 minute and 41 seconds or 1 minute and 31 seconds in the AFC Championship games against the Buffalo Bills where you score 6 touchdowns between the two teams. You haven't done that shit yet.
Right.
You played the Los Angeles Chargers, who basically laid an egg and allowed you to come back and win. And now you're in your bag because now you're feeling some type of way. Bruh, I think the Chiefs are going to send these boys home crying, like for real. They going to come in, Jacksonville Jaguars going to come in with a chip on their shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to realize what Kansas City barbecue's about. Like dead ass. Mm-hmm. I think Kansas City Chiefs have been preparing.
They're going to get barbecued on that field.
They're going to get barbecued on that field, and they're going to bring that same energy to the AFC Championship game. I'm just saying. But anyway, I wasn't talking about the AFC. I was talking about the NFC because I haven't even talked about the 4 teams yet. I got long-winded because I got on this whole bullshit. So real quick, Giants, San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to be honest. I think San Francisco 49ers is the team to watch. Yes, Philadelphia went undefeated, but they had the weakest schedule in the NFL. Period. They didn't play a lot of strong teams at all. And now you're going to play the San Francisco 49ers with Purdy, McCaffrey, and Debo with Kittle as a tight end? No, bro, y'all going to have some problems.
Yeah,
I don't give a damn how healthy your quarterback is.
I think the games this weekend is going to be interesting, to say the least.
I'm just saying. But I will say this. I think the Eagles got a lot to prove this weekend when they play the Giants.
Yeah.
Like, for real. The Giants have really...
They want that position, man.
But, I mean, they're the number 1. Granted, they're the number 1. It would have been nice to see them play Minnesota Vikings. Mm-hmm. But you're playing a good Giants team that has their defense has come together a little bit. Their offense has definitely come together because Daniel Jones will run that football, and that is the threat. Any team he's played, they cannot stop him. Minnesota Vikings couldn't.
Yeah.
And they had a decent record. Like, Minnesota Vikings was like, they was like looking forward to Minnesota Vikings playing against the Chiefs. I mean, not Chiefs, I'm sorry, but against the Eagles. But Giants, 49ers, Dallas Cowboys, and the Philadelphia Eagles are the last 4 teams in the NFC. And I think those are the 4 teams that right around like week 8 was kind of like in my little group that I have on my Facebook Messenger. It's 2 guys that I was in the Navy with that we was messaging back, and their 2 teams, you know, we were saying that, you know, it's possible that, you know, make the playoffs. They would have a decent year. 49ers got McCaffrey. Shit, Z went crazy.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. I mean, I really don't blame him. I mean, getting McCaffrey from an ailing Carolina Panthers team to go to a team that is possibly going to go to the Super Bowl, or I should say to the NFC Championship game. I mean, they still got a lot of work. I mean, shit, you got to, like, literally, you got to come in Sunday and get past Dallas. Dallas is playing in San Francisco. Oh, let me remind everybody, they're second in the NFC. Philadelphia Eagles is 1. Oh no, I'm sorry. They were second in the NFC East. The Cowboys were.
Mm-hmm.
It's really going to be strange with this football game. And the reason why I think it's going to be strange is because Dallas Cowboy is an even record when it comes to away games. They're 4-4. Which means Dallas had a great home record because they finished the season 12-5. So that means you were 8-1 at home. That means you were 8-1 at home. Guess who else was 8-1 at home? The team you're playing. The team you're playing on Sunday.
Yeah.
San Francisco 49ers was 8-1 at home. So you're already at a disadvantage.
Yeah, like I said, it's going to be interesting this weekend with football and how the teams are currently matched up, and you know what
I'm gonna say
quarterbacks
this
and stuff get out there, and I mean the defense, got to do what they got to do. And
I'm gonna say this, not
protect.
to cut you. Yeah, you're right.
They
Absolutely.
got to be out there to protect
Absolutely.
the quarterback and protect the line.
Right.
Period.
And I don't want to turn this to a sports podcast. I'm sorry, y'all, but this is just what we're going to be doing on a new podcast, talking about whatever we want to talk about. Real, raw, and uncut. Fuck it. Y'all don't like it? Tough shit. Sorry. It's better than listening to ESPN and them telling you all the analytics and shit. I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm going off of straight, pure facts. I think Dallas, it's going to be a good game. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be a damn good game. I just think that Dallas is definitely going to have to really like step up their game plan, playing against a team that's still trying to mesh with their quarterback Purdy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can get a couple of plays where you can get a 70-yard pass to Debo and then rely on him to do some good moves and, you know, get into the end zone. But you got to get it to Kittle. You got to get it to McCaffrey. And you got to hope your defense is going to step up and stop Dallas. Dak went on. Dak was. I'm not going to even lie. Like they say in the sports world, he was a clinic against Tampa Bay, and everybody was thinking that Tampa Bay might actually surprisingly win that game. I thought it too because Dallas has never beat Tom Brady, but we saw what happened Monday night. But then again, if Dallas loses, of course, the first bitch they're going to have We just played on Monday, and then we had to turn around and play on Sunday. Bitch, you've been doing that shit all season. What the fuck are you talking about? If you got number 1 seed like you should have, instead of bullshitting with your bullshit ass away record that you got, what was it, 4-4?
Something like that.
And played actual football,
yeah.
y'all would have been good. But y'all shit the bed 5 games. I'm not saying that those 5 games that y'all shit the bed in was necessarily bad, but if you're a playoff team, like you say you are every fucking season, Dallas Cowboy fans and the Dallas Cowboys saying they're going to win the Super Bowl. I've been hearing this shit since the last time they lost the goddamn Super Bowl or won the Super Bowl or was near to the damn Super Bowl. It don't make no sense. Y'all need to stop this shit. Y'all been giving false promises for about 10, 15 years right now. We going this year, and then y'all get y'all ass whooped and not even make the playoffs. Or y'all get to the playoffs, and y'all get y'all ass whooped in the first round. That's been a consistent thing for like a few years. More like 9, maybe 10. Y'all need to get y'all shit together. As I sip on my water. San Francisco 49ers, though, I mean, last time they was in the Super Bowl was 2019, and they played the Kansas City Chiefs, and they played a damn good game. Until, like, the very end. And then, of course, as everybody says as a 49ers fan, that was a holding call. That would have came back. Yeah, probably would have. But, I mean, it's a Super Bowl. Kansas City Chiefs won that game. A lot of people think it may be Kansas City Chiefs, 49ers. A lot of people are saying that it's going to be the number 1 seeds for the first time in a while. And it'll be Chiefs and Philadelphia, which I think will make an epic Super Bowl.
I was just about to say the same thing.
10 years divided from both teams, and the coach that used to coach the Philadelphia Eagles for 10 fucking seasons that made it to the Super Bowl and didn't win is now coaching the, 2-time Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
And he has a Super Bowl ring with the Kansas City Chiefs now.
Right.
And now he's playing his former team that he coached for 10 years. Oh, that would be fucking epic.
Mm-hmm.
But the Kansas City Chiefs still have a lot of groundwork to do. Not only do they have to get past Jacksonville Jaguars, which I think they will do, they will have to get through the AFC Championship game and the winner of Buffalo and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but Joe Burrow's got a chip on his shoulder, and I think he eats ass. Josh Allen, I have a lot of respect for. I got a lot of respect for Buffalo Bills. Cincinnati Bengals, I just don't like Josh Allen. The rest of the team I like. I really do.
You mean Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow, I'm sorry. I was going to say Josh Burrow.
No, you said Josh Allen.
Josh Allen? No, I actually
He's Buffalo's QB.
I know. I got a lot of respect for Josh Allen, like real respect, because he was a walk-on, in college.
Mm-hmm.
And look at him now.
Right.
Back-to-back AFC championship games. Then you got Dickhead Burrow. I think he's a decent quarterback. I just think he's arrogant as fuck. And everybody was like, oh, I think he's a nice guy. No, he's arrogant. He's fucking arrogant. And I actually hope the Chiefs play Cincinnati at the AFC Championship game. They've lost 3 straight to them. 2 regular season games and an AFC Championship game. And then Bengals go to the fucking Super Bowl and get their ass beat up. So everybody was like, oh, that's exactly what would happen to the Chiefs if the Chiefs would have went. No, I don't think so. Mahomes had a bad game when they played the AFC Championship game last year. Just a bad game. That's all it was. Had a bad game when he played Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Real bad game.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. So, anyway, that's my 4 teams. The other 4 teams, of course, I just mentioned them. Kansas City Chiefs. Jacksonville, no. Jacksonville was never on my list. Jacksonville was never in my list. Ever. The the other AFC team, actually, like I said, I thought would have made it, Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah.
I said that at the beginning of the season. I was like, the only team that I really worry about is actually in the AFC West, the same division as the Chiefs. Los Angeles Chargers. I was like, yes, Buffalo Bills, definitely. Cincinnati Bengals, definitely. Those are the 4 teams to beat. You can't spend billions of dollars in your own division and still not even be competitive in your division. That's exactly what they did in the AFC West.
Yeah.
They paid Russell Wilson. You brought in Adams from the fucking Green Bay Packers to the Raiders. You do all these changes, and the Raiders are trash. They started coming together. Josh Jacobs, the running back for the Raiders, that dude's a beast. Like, complete beast. And then all of a sudden, they don't want Derek Carr no more?
Yeah, it's interesting to see Russell Wilson go to Denver after playing
And have a horrible...
phenomenal. He played phenomenal football.
He had
in
a decent...
Seattle.
He played decent in Seattle. He didn't for the last, 2 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't.
I think a lot of it has to deal with the offensive line. That's just my opinion, but go ahead, carry on.
And then go to Denver and just totally shit the bed.
No, see, Denver, this is Denver's problem. Denver wants to beat Kansas City to get back to the Super Bowl so bad.
That ain't gonna happen.
That you neglected to look at the fact that it doesn't just start at quarterback. Look what Kansas City did. Like, seriously, I mean, okay, not to be a hypocrite, but look at Kansas City. Kansas City loses, goes back-to-back Super Bowls, loses to Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yep.
The reason why they lose to Tampa Bay Buccaneers is because his fucking offensive line, not only was they hurt, but they was trash. They got rid of all the weaknesses, added some great players, added Orlando Brown, who was with Baltimore. Mm-hmm. If they still had Orlando Brown, Baltimore would be in the conversation.
Mm.
The reason why they're not in the conversation is because they won't pay Lamar Jackson, period. If y'all don't pay Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens is going to be shit. And even after you pay Lamar Jackson, are you going to pay to protect him? I know, but if you pay Lamar Jackson, he's produced. Anytime he's on the field, he's produced.
I get that, but he's also hurt right now.
He's hurt right now because he's overproducing to try to get wins, and they're not conditioning him right. Conditioning him right is not making him run for his fucking life on the football field. You get a quarterback and then you pay for protection, meaning you actually send your scouts out to these damn colleges that pay money to get in these certain divisions or conferences so that they can go to the Rose Bowl and win a national championship. No, these are the offensive linemen that you want to you want to put on your team. These are the ones that want to play in the NFL. Period. They go to college, they have aspirations to get a degree, but a lot of them want to play in the NFL.
Right.
But then you get them into a team, and then, of course, who gets the first pick? The team that has the shittiest record. The ones that didn't perform. You want to try to make them better so they're not last place next year.
Yeah.
The problem is that you have a coach there that wants to coach the team. You might have a quarterback that wants to throw the ball. Mm-hmm. It's like, do you have all the pieces there? We're gonna get this offensive lineman in the first round. Our first pick was the best offensive lineman they had. And then we get last place in our fucking division and don't make the playoffs.
Well,
then what? They say, oh, we're in a rebuilding phase. How long is a rebuilding phase?
Shit, that depends.
No, I'm just asking. I'm asking because I want to know. I'm asking for like the Raiders.
Oh, well.
I'm asking for the Raiders. I'm not asking so much for the Chargers because the Chargers have been relevant for like the last 5 years. Even when they had Rivers, they've been relevant.
I can't answer that one.
The Chargers, the Chargers have been relevant for the last 5 years. They haven't just made it to the playoffs. And the team that's always stopped them is the Chiefs in their own division. The other teams they play, they go in there and actually can play football. But when it comes to the Chiefs, it's just like, It's been like that for the last 5 years. Same thing with the Raiders. Broncos, shut the fuck up. 10-1. That's what the Chiefs are against you. You can't spend $3 million in one division to try to beat one team and you still ain't beat them. That should be investigated. That should be investigated. Everybody that has jobs at those teams in the NFL, your jobs are in question right now.
I'm through.
How the hell? That's how much money they spent. That division to try to beat the Chiefs. It just doesn't make sense. But anyway, I just think this weekend is pivotal. Is a pivot point in the NFL because not only are your young quarterbacks producing, it's bringing a little bit more excitement to football.
Yeah.
It's not the same teams. It's not Dallas and fucking the 49ers like it used to be back in the 80s.
It's not the fucking Patriots.
And it's not the Patriots with Tom Brady. You
exactly.
know, you're actually looking at the younger quarterbacks that you can get into a groove of liking because they're likable. And now you're liking their teams because their teams are likable. But it's so much more. Like when Tom Brady was quarterback of the New England Patriots, nobody liked the New England Patriots, but they loved Tom Brady. Unless, of course, he was playing your team and it's like, fuck Tom Brady. But anytime that it was Tom Brady, you see some amazing shit and be like, yeah, well, that's Tom Brady. I'm glad he didn't do that shit to my team. Then he plays your team and completely shits on your team. You just like, motherfucking, I hate Tom Brady. No, you don't. Everybody has a little bit of respect for Tom Brady.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, off that shit, what else is going on? Do we need to go to the...
Do we need to skim through this shit?
Skim through this shit. Where's my damn skim through this shit music?
So, let me skim through this shit. So, tell me why the co-defendant, Khalif Adams and Young Thug's during the jury selection, got up and handed him drugs in the courtroom on camera. The bailiffs and two others.
What?
Two other law enforcement was there. They seen it. They stopped it. After a search of Mr. Adams, they found more drugs on dude.
They found more drugs on him?
Yeah, they found more Percocet because what he handed Young Thug was Percocets in a baggie.
Right.
So then they searched him. They find more Percocet. They find marijuana. They find tobacco. And other contraband that was wrapped up in plastic and food seasoning. They put food seasoning in to mask the scent of the marijuana.
Yeah, well, so
that shit's just wild.
Okay, it's not. It's really not. They've been doing that shit. People been getting busted up for shit for years. As we skim through this shit, I'm gonna give my opinion as we skimming through this shit. But this is the thing that it's not even a setback. It's just dumb assetry. First off, you're going into a federal courthouse. Federal should actually stick out to you, meaning when you go to county jail, you might actually know somebody in county that you may have went to school with or whatever the case may be, and y'all can wrap up and catch up or whatever and figure out what y'all going to do to change your life. When you go to federal, The courthouse itself should actually put you in a better position to understand they not fucking around.
Yeah.
Which means if you in a federal courthouse, 9 times out of 10, you going to federal prison.
So is.
I don't give a fuck what your occupation is. Your asshole is going to be 10 diameters bigger than what the fuck it is when you come out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, more so if you go to state prison. I mean, state prison is just, what it is. But federal prison, you might be a little bit protected. A little bit. But it's still going to come out some diameters bigger because this is some federal shit.
Yeah.
RICO, what do you think the RICO Act is? You think they created that shit in a state legislator, in the little state fucking courthouse? And no, this is the war on drugs, motherfucker. That's when they created the RICO Act.
Yep.
So if y'all think y'all can get around this shit and y'all talking about snitches and all this shit, first off, fuck the snitch shit. Why the fuck are y'all doing shit to where y'all worrying about motherfucking snitching? So that they can have a life. It's like, I got kids too. So why the fuck you doing organized crime?
Yeah.
Rapping is not making enough money, so you just want to be in a gang. I mean, the gangs is not what they used to be. The gangs used to protect the neighborhood. Now these motherfuckers just killing everybody just because you black. It's funny because it seems like every race wants to support every race. Mexicans, Jews, whites, some whites, Germans, Chinese, Asians in general. When it comes to black people, we're in competition with each other. We constantly in competition with each other, and we can never just appreciate the fact that this person's coming up and they doing what they doing. I can drive right now in a $200,000 car, and somebody will want to steal the motherfucker or hold me at gunpoint just so that they can just say they jacked me for it and drive around in a $200,000 car and drive like 150 miles an hour and die in the motherfucker.
Yep.
Because they ain't never been able to get into a $150,000 car because they live in the hood. But see, the mentality is that why we ain't coming up with better programs to try to get these people out of the hood is because we're already desensitized that they got to go through indoctrination of going into the fucking gang. See, I'm about to get pissed off and say some shit that I don't want to say. Some shit that happened last night. And I'm not going to say that because I'm really it's not my business to say. But I'm just saying we got to do fucking better as black people. Like, dead ass. We got to do better. It's like we bitching about Black History Month. We ain't doing shit about it. We bitching about all the fucking violence and domestic violence and people dying and fucking women dying from domestic violence because men get mad because they get broke up too because they ain't doing shit, they ain't shit, and their first reaction is to grab a gun and blow the woman's brains out because you ain't shit. That's your fucking reaction? The fact that she called you ain't shit, and now the fuck you gonna blow her brains out because you ain't shit. So you gonna prove to the world that you ain't shit. Man, let me sip on one Grand Carmino.
So in other skimming through this shit.
Just skimming through this shit. Just skim through this shit.
Yeah. So they found 3 active duty Marines guilty of being part of the riot.
Oh, the insurrection?
January 6th. Yep.
Kick them out. Fuck them. Next.
They being charged right
Okay.
now with
Fuck 'em.
misdemeanor.
Kick them out. Fuck them. Next. Skimming through this shit. We skimming through this shit. I don't like this real news shit because half this real news shit is preventable. But see, it's not preventable when you're a dumbass. Carry on.
So there's a new variant of the COVID.
Oh, yeah, they created some shit. What's the name of it?
It's called XBB 1.5.
No, that ain't the name of it. What's the name of it? The Kraken.
Kraken.
Yeah, fuck that. It's from the cracking somebody's ass. That's why it's called the Kraken. Next. What's the next?
Oh.
It's the next. They created that shit in the bathroom, public bathroom, at the zoo.
And Alec Baldwin,
Oh, yeah, they was going to get his
actor.
ass.
He's being charged right now with involuntary manslaughter.
Yeah, they gonna get his ass. They gonna hem his ass up. Cause I mean, okay,
That whole shit right there, that's a whole sad ass situation because he's a fucking actor.
No, stop.
That's a prop.
No, stop. That's not the reason why. It's not necessarily his fault.
My opinion. Yep.
However, it is. You've been acting that long. You should actually be able to ask for a test fire. You can't ask for a test fire. That's fine. But if you been an actor, most actors have trust that it's a dummy round, it's a fake, it's a blank or whatever. I'm not going to talk shit about this situation because I got my own personal feelings about it. But if y'all want me to be 100, where's my get 'em?
Oh, Green Jimmy the...
I think personally, it is partially his responsibility because of the experience and the time he's been there. But at the same time, I also think that they should have more protection, not just toward the actors that's on the set, but the actor that's actually shooting the gun.
Right, for that scene.
They should be able to say, okay, are these blanks? Let me shoot. And they have a target that's there, that's protected as if they're there in the shooting range. And they shoot the fucking blank and nothing shows up. Okay, we're good. Let me open this up again and check it. It's all blanks. Good.
Yeah, there was no safety checks done.
So, yeah, safety checks need to be done.
Obviously.
But, okay, anyway, skimming through this shit. I need to give me a button that says that so I can say this so we could just be skimming through this shit.
I'm good. I'm good with the skimming through this shit.
So I got to skimming through this shit. What the fuck's going on with AB? Antonio Brown. He didn't have his damn Snapchat shut the fuck off because he want to get a blowjob and he want to record the shit and then post it on fucking Snapchat. Bruh, what the fuck is wrong with you? Not only did he do that, he sent the shit to his son.
Oh.
What's wrong with you, bruh? Now, everybody want to sit around here and just be like, oh, man, this mental health, blah, blah, blah. Okay, y'all can sit there and categorize the shit to not deal with it. That's what we do. We categorize shit to not deal with it instead of actually categorizing it and dealing with it.
Yeah, because didn't he say his account was hacked?
It don't matter if his account was hacked or not. It's his dick in somebody's mouth and he sent it to his son. Why the fuck is that something that's happening? Ain't shit. Your account ain't got to be hacked if you're doing that shit.
No, I was just bringing the fact.
I don't give a fuck.
That's what he said.
My son ain't getting no pictures or no video of anything that I do sexually, regardless if I fucking video the shit or not. That's my personal business. But why would you want to do that?
Yeah.
You compromising not only just your integrity, but how much of a fucking retard you are. Like, why the fuck you mad at somebody? Why the fuck would you send it to your child? It just don't make any sense. People do the dumbest shit and then try to condone the shit to say, well, maybe he's this, maybe he's that. No, maybe he's fucked up in the head and we need to talk to him. There's places for people like that. Y'all just don't keep the motherfuckers. It's called a mental hospital. Y'all need to start keeping these motherfuckers. Like dead ass. Y'all need to be keeping them. Stop pumping them with drugs and say, oh, he's better. No, this motherfucker got his whole dick in a giraffe. That nigga is not better. He is not fixed. You cannot put yourself in, you can laugh. Fuck, it's not church. What?
I'm laughing because you said he had his whole dick in a giraffe. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
That's what people do when they're in the crazy house. They be thinking of dumb shit. Fucking, I don't know.
Goodness.
I'm just saying. You can't just put yourself in a position because you got a lot of money to do dumb shit. And even if you don't have a lot of money, you can't put yourself in a position to do dumb shit.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
Right. Your frame of mind is definitely not there doing that shit. And this isn't the first time that he's had some type of nudity type photo leak out to the press. Not the first time.
Yeah.
I mean, this like at least the third or fourth time. Some shit. Like, bruh, come on.
So I'm not skimming through this shit, and this is where I'm kind of leaving the podcast tonight because we're about done.
Yep.
We've talked enough shit. A lot of it was about football, but I don't care. It's my podcast. So, I have to talk about this because it's something that I think everybody that's a fan and everybody that has some kind of, respect for people, regardless of what their profession is, if you're a professional or not. I watch wrestling. That's my man soap opera. It's kind of my therapy. And I would talk about finances and stuff like that. Tonight's not the night. Tonight, I want to talk about just appreciating people around you. So I like to watch wrestling because it's entertainment. I think it's just, great entertainment to be able to watch some grown men, regardless if it's choreographed or not. It's entertainment to me. And wrestling community lost a wrestler a few days ago. And I haven't really talked about it. I haven't done it on Facebook or nothing like that because I've been actually in shock. But Jay Briscoe, one of the tag team partners of his own brother, died in a car accident in Delaware, where they're from. He was born in Salisbury, Maryland, but I guess had a house and family lived in Delaware. Died in a wrong way crash. And his two daughters were injured in the vehicle and everything else. A lot of people didn't know the particulars of it. They just, found out on social media that he passed away. So Jamin Polk, better known as Jay Briscoe, passed away. And it really kind of messed up the community because around the same, I guess around the same type of energy where you find out that this wrestler passed away, it's the new year. They grinded. I mean, him and his brother started out in 2000. He was only 38 years old. Pretty much every major wrestling organization offered the Briscoes a contract, but of course they was in controversy because of what they said on social media, and I'm not getting into that shit. But Briscoes were a team that you could really be entertained by just because of what they did to sacrifice. They sacrificed their own bodies to entertain the crowd, and they did a lot of that. So rest in peace to Jay Briscoe. I just wanted to say that because AEW didn't do it. And the reason why they didn't do it is because Discovery and everybody else didn't want them to do it.
Wow.
They did it with the crowd there. They played the little video that they had. They played it with the crowd there. But there's a lot of people that weren't there, of course. Lots of fans.
Yeah.
And with my podcast, like I said, I want to be able to reach out to people and have an energy of being able to just say, hey, I can appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going to structure it in a better way to where we can have conversations with people that you know, because you should know me. Shit, what the fuck? But, it is what it is. But a lot of these topics that I want to talk about them and create some type of healing and growth, not just with myself, but with the community of people. We should be able to have conversations, come up with solutions, and actually figure out how we can go forward with these solutions. That's what I said is actually going to be growing. So I'm saying this tonight. So people that's going to watch this and listen to this later, so you'll be able to actually, hear from my mouth. We will not be back until March. That's what I said is going to take a 2-month break until March for rebranding due to the fact of creating the LLC and everything. I'm going to be creating a whole different avenue. It's going to be a little bit more professional. It's probably going to be on a major situation. I'm not going to say what that situation is, but if you're not following me on social media, you need to. And that social media channels are on Spreaker.com or on Facebook. All you got to do is type in "That's What I Said." Click the logo. If you go on to Spreaker, which is Spreaker, you'll be able to see the logo. Click on it. Follow it for notifications. You'll be able to contact me on Facebook or get a hold of me on Facebook. And like I said, we have a Facebook page. That's what I said. I'm going to be posting on there. I'm not going to be doing a podcast until March. And the reason why is because, like I said, I'm going to be rebranding. I'm going to be setting up some new things. I'm going to be getting the podcast more into a business style format. And I'm hoping some other stuff falls through so that I can surprise you guys with that, but that's not even the question. The question is going to be, will I be back? Yes, I'm going to be back, but I got to do some rebranding. And I'm trying to make the decision. I tried to hold it off, and I was like, maybe I just need to do it. But I need to do some rebranding because as soon as I can get all the things in line and all the paperwork in line, I want to rebrand it and get it going. So I'm going to be taking a hiatus until March because it's going to go down. It's going to go down. Website is up. That's what I said.com. Go to the website, check it out. Still got some work to do, but it's going to have merchandise on it. You're going to be able to buy T-shirts. You're going to be able to buy all kinds of things, but there's going to be a lot of things that's going to be coming forward, not just in the T-shirts, not just in the coffee cups, not just in whatever it is that we want to put on merchandise. Hell, we want to put paper that just says "That's What I Said" on it. Nobody knows. But there's a lot of things that we have envisioned that we want to be able to put out. And it's not just the basic stuff that you get from a podcast. So you're going to get some of the common things, but you're going to get a whole lot of other things. As well as contacts to other people, businesses on my website to where you'll be able to be a one-stop shop to get certain things and appreciate those certain things. So we're going to go forward with that. And I hope that it brings joy to a lot of people's life because it's going to definitely be something that I think is going to push people to want to support each other. Not just from one website, but because of the podcast. So, you got anything to say? Because you haven't said hardly anything other than the...
No, prayers out to Jay Briscoe's family. And other than that, we'll catch you back in the end of March. Peace and love.
We out here, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Everybody that listens to wherever platform you listen to me on, I appreciate the love. I really do. And in March, we're going to be back strong as ever and doing what we do as always. Everything's going to be brand new. It may be some old stuff in there. It may not be. We never know. But I guarantee you it's going to definitely have a new sound. Peace and love to y'all. With that being said, CED. With that being said, we out of here. Peace and love to y'all. Hope y'all enjoy y'all weekend. We will see y'all in 8 weeks. Peace and love. We out.
That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.